Good evening, everybody, and welcome to an exciting night because tonight is a night that we kick off a brand new Teacup for One movie marathon. My name is Matt, and I have 2 degrees, and this one has been a long time in the making. I'm so excited because we are finally kicking off Alfred Hitchcock month. That's right, it is the Alfred Hitchcock movie marathon, a kind of Halloween-y in spirit theme. I mean, there's really nothing to do with Halloween, but like he's kind of horror slash thriller aligned. So like we'll let it slide. So many incredible movies made by this apparently very problematic human, but he made good movies. Not that that's an excuse, but we're gonna watch them and talk about them. So it'll be a good time. Let's see. We've got my cats in the chat. Sabrina watched some of the movie. It wasn't scary. Eliza saw some of it and agrees it was not scary. I don't know. I'm ready to debate that, but we'll see. We'll see. And then my mother says she had not seen it until the other night. She loved Grace Kelly's wardrobe. Oh, Edith Head. I did not realize that her outfits were designed by Edna Mode. I love that. I love that. Well, speaking of love, let's bring in our guests for tonight. Look, everybody, it's Jeanette.
Hello.
Purple hair. Love it.
Oh, yes.
Did you have that the last time we were on here? I can't
No,
remember.
I was just, as soon as you said that, I was like, oh, I don't think I had this last time.
No, I know it is purple because I've seen photos, but I was like, oh, have I seen it live yet? I don't think I have. I enjoy it.
Well, and it shows up different in everything I do. So I'm always interested to see what it looks like on camera.
Love it. That's part of the fun. Jeanette, who's the most interesting person you've ever spied on?
That's an awfully revealing question. And that's me saying that. I mean, I don't know. That I've spied on. Oh my goodness. Unfortunately, there's a list of people, and that's not good. So I mean, I'll say as far as spying, I'll use eavesdropping. And I used to have to do that a lot for either my bartending, waitressing, or dancing gig. So like I think I've probably just seriously eavesdropped on people. I'll say that.
I like it. I actually don't know what my answer is. I don't know that I've ever actively spied on anybody. Have I?
Yeah, like I was like, I guess I feel like I have. Mm-hmm. There literally was a time. So me and my friend in like, I don't know, it had to be high school. It couldn't have been late high school. We literally went and like staked out a little hill at a park, and her boyfriend was there, like doing, I don't even know. And we literally spied on her boyfriend the whole day. Like looking back, that's a horrible, nasty little rat thing to do. But it was, we literally like followed this guy around that whole day. It was no good.
It wasn't through a window though. It was
no. We did use binoculars.
Oh, that counts. That's kind of Jimmy. I sort of unintentionally, not spied, but when I was in university, I remember walking like past some of the residence buildings and then would like just be looking at the building and realize people would have their windows open or like their blinds open and like I could see into their rooms. And like I wasn't a creeper, but there were moments where I was like, oh, dang, you really should have had your window closed. Like I didn't want to see what I just saw, but like I did.
I wonder that about the new Helios Hotel at Epic Universe all the time. Because you can see right in them rooms.
I want to believe that the glass is mirrored, but maybe it's not.
It's not.
Never mind then.
All right, that's why I'm like, one of these days.
It's Anna, everybody.
Hello.
Oh, good. You agree. Justice for the little dog.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, justice for doggy. That scene is so hard to watch.
Very.
And I know. And for whatever reason, the first few times I watched this movie, I was indifferent to it. And just knowing it was coming this time, I was like, I can't do it. And then as soon as Doggy had his fatal moment, I went and tried to get my cat to hug her, and she wasn't. Whatever. Anna, have you ever spied on somebody?
Oh God. Well, see, this is a tough question because I'm so nosy. Like, I love other people's business. Like, if I'm like the area that I live in is like pretty nice and like it's a lot of like houses, and like if I'm walking around at night, I'm looking in every single person's window. If you're watching a movie, so am I.
See, I have that paranoia all the time. We have a big bay window, and we're on a hill, so like we're like up there like a movie screen. Yeah. And as soon as it gets dark at night, I try to remember to shut the curtains because I'm like, if I'm watching anything with any amount of like anything, and I'm just like not trying to offend the entire neighborhood.
Yeah, I realized whilst watching this movie that I do live in an apartment building that pretty well has the exact same setup. Like if I were to go out onto my balcony, I have full view of another building and all the windows
That's
and all the balconies.
amazing.
Yeah, I don't think like I've never tried to take advantage of it, but I don't think people have their windows like or their blinds open enough for me to be able to see anything interesting. But I'm curious now. I'm curious. Yeah. Back in it would have been 2020 when 2020 was happening. There was a contest that like it was an online contest, obviously, where it was a radio station based somewhere in Ontario where they wanted people to recreate a famous movie in under 3 minutes. So I chose Rear Window and I did not win, nor did I advance to the semifinals. But I feel like my Rear Window in 3 minutes was brilliant. Like I'll just pat myself on the back for that because I modernized it where I was Jimmy Stewart and I hacked into everyone's webcams, and so my apartment
Ooh.
building was basically a Zoom screen of like different windows of people in their homes, and it was a lot creepier. But I was still like, oh, this could be a remake.
That's great. I love that. I'm into that.
That is
On
good.
this
Yeah.
channel somewhere, if you go back to one of the very first videos, it's there, and I'm doing a very bad Jimmy Stewart impression because at that point I was like, I don't know if this is going to work. So at the very least, I need to try to link it to the original movie. I was like, I'm here on my computer. I'm watching the. That's my Stewart. Let's see. So we are still waiting on some friends. So in the meantime, let's just start getting the ball rolling on this movie. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So I always like to open with, does anyone remember the first time you saw this movie? If it was not for this. And this is one of those films where I have seen it at many different stages in my life. The first time would have been when I was in high school and I just had a general interest in Alfred Hitchcock movies. And I watched it and my thought was this was not nearly as creepy or thrilling as I wanted it to be, but like it was fine. And my main attachment to this movie is that this was actually the very first film that they made us watch on day one of film school. Like my first day of university film school in film studies class. Susie Young from Film 1400, I believe it was. I want to say Ben would know, but Ben wasn't in my class because for studies he was a year ahead of me, but he might have had to watch it too. But yeah, this was the very first movie that they made us watch in film school. And it was all about how this movie was an examination of voyeurism, which then went on to like be the running theme for that course about how when you're watching a movie, you're embracing voyeurism because you're watching people who are unwilling parties to like you as the observer, and how Jimmy Stewart mirrored that, and it was a whole thing. So
I feel like that could dangerously be normalizing voyeurism, but yeah.
I think this movie does dangerously normalize voyeurism.
Like I said, it's okay because
it's okay if he was right. Is it though? We'll see. And then I rewatched it when I made my Rear Window in 3 minutes, and I rewatched it again this week, and it's, we'll get into it. I find this movie fascinating. But Jeanette, had you seen this before?
I had never watched this in its entirety. I had an experience in high school similarly when I was trying to like watch the classics, and I turned this one on out of like the rentals I had gotten, and same effect. I was like, I was being deluged with things like, what did we have at the time? Cabin Fever and House of a Thousand Corpses and stuff like that. Like, I was like, there's nothing happening in this movie. Turned it off and like moved on to the next one. And so then I haven't revisited it. I've since then have seen chunks of it for various reasons. But it was very, very good to watch it in its entirety. And I enjoyed it definitely more than I did in high school. And I enjoyed it more than I expected to this time.
Love that. Anna, how about you?
I would have seen this when I was a kid. I think this might have either this or Strangers on a Train, I think was my first Hitchcock. And then, it's just one that like I probably have tossed on like a dozen times over the years of just like, hey, let's watch this. It's fun. It's great. It's on TV. It's a classic. Great. Let's go. I think it's great. I think it's a great movie. Big fan. Maybe not my favorite Hitchcock, but like I think probably one of his best. I think it's great. I love it.
Yeah. So I'm curious now. Let's just jump into how do we think it holds up now? I mean, my thoughts have always shifted on this movie. As I said, I watched this earlier on when I had a sense of who Alfred Hitchcock was and had certain expectations about what to expect from his movies. And I was thrown because this wasn't it. It started off so jauntily, and like it even ended so jauntily with just the psych egg of, oh, now he has two broken legs, and it's like, oh, now it's over. But on this rewatch, I really dialed into appreciating just how good it is in terms of slow burn tension. I think I appreciated that more because I also had sort of fresh in my mind Jaws of all movies. Not because I've watched it anytime recently, but I listened to a podcast about it, and they were praising the choice of like jaunty music during the most terrifying part at the end when the shark is attacking them. And I don't care for that part of Jaws. I'm like, this is not in keeping with what the tension of this moment should be. And so for whatever reason, that was in my mind. And so by comparison, to see this movie, which starts off very jauntily, and then the way that he builds the tension, but then also like drops out the music to like that last sequence, I was into it. I was like, this is very well crafted, and good job, Alfie. Good job, Alfie. So that was my main takeaway, was appreciating what I could not appreciate previously, especially because I think as a youngster watching this movie, I had expectations for maybe certain conventions that weren't a thing then. I thought there'd be a bigger reveal that like he didn't just kill his wife, but that like, I don't know.
That he was a serial killer, and like, yeah.
Like there's going to be a big twist.
And then the twist was just, oh no, he was right. But
Yeah.
I recognize now that was just, those were the follies of a idiotic young boy. And now as an adult, I'm like, yes, Alfred, you knew what you were doing. Yeah. Anna, how does it hold up for you? I mean, you kind of touched on it, but
yeah, I think it's great. I just think it's like, I don't know, it's one of those Hitchcock things of just like a very straightforward concept. Like, what if you witnessed a murder, and just executed so well. I really like how he introduces the peripheral characters, and like you just feel like you know people, like you know like the woman in the apartment who's dancing around, and you know the piano player, and like you never like meet those people. It's always just kind of like his perception, but like I don't know, they feel like very real characters. It feels like you have a sense of this space. And I really like that. I like the slow burn of it. I think it doesn't like rush into anything, but it's not boring for me at any point. Like, it's just fun to watch. And like James Stewart and Grace Kelly, so good. So good.
So good. They're classics. I think to that point, that's one of the things that I find so fascinating in watching this movie is just the physical space of it all, and just recognizing just the way it's shot is just so engaging.
Mm-hmm.
The way that the set is, and like seeing action happen on like opposite sides of a wall, for example. Like this is a thing that struck me, is it feels so theatrical, but in a way that is very unique to film, like so filmically theatrical, because you have those extended moments of action that are just defined by actors doing things in a space without cutting, but you're seeing it visually in a space that can only exist like in the frame. I'm like, oh yes, film school. Love it. Yeah. Jeanette. Well, you kind of told us this was your first view, but how do you feel it holds up now in 2025?
I mean, I kind of take this question as like, how does the whole film hold up just in his, like, maybe seeing it now, if like having not seen it in its entirety before, but even then it's not like I would have watched it during when it came out. But I was watching it, and I noticed about like 3/4 of the way through that I wasn't feeling the disconnect that I felt during Breakfast at Tiffany's. So like these 50s films, sometimes like I find the early 60s, late 50s is kind of the cutoff period of like when I feel a cultural disconnect of how people live in these movies and like how we live now. There's just certain cultural norms that are observed, or they say things that I'm like, I don't get what you're talking about, and now you've lost me, and now I'm gonna watch a different movie. So this one, I didn't get that. I was like, oh, cool. I feel completely plugged in to everything you're talking about. I don't feel like some sort of weird either disconnect or a revulsion or a confusion to like how things are progressing. It wasn't, and on the point of like, I enjoyed this movie more than I thought I would. It's usually due to things like that. And like when I first started doing this show, I was like, I'm not gonna like Casablanca. And then I watched it and I was like, oh, I really like this movie. So, I never know which ones are going to hit and which ones are going to miss, but I know that I have that weakness where I'm like, if you are doing something where I'm like, I don't know, I can't. Or, and like when we talked about Breakfast at Tiffany's, it was just all of those like men owning women normalcies that were like totally accepted. And that's part of the plot. And I was like, I can't wrap my head. This is like, it was just too much. So this one was way more grounded. I felt like the women had vital roles in the story. I was very happy with it. For as much as people say horrible things about him and his interactions with women, I thought the female characters in this movie were great.
Yeah, I love that Lisa is just like, pay attention to me. Like, it's like she's not like demure. She's like, at first she's like, pay attention to me. Stop looking at your telescope. Pay attention to me.
She has a sexuality that's not
busy
demonized.
Life. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a busy life. I took time out of my day to come here and bring you dinner and have sex. Pay attention to me. And then she starts to buy into it and she's like, okay, well, I'll just go break in then.
No, I love it. And she like has balls.
Yeah.
And like the sassy caretaker lady, like,
yeah,
they're all willing to do what it takes. Like, they're all in on it.
Yes.
She's not meek. At first she comes off that way. And that's why I think the writing's so great. Because I'm like, her character comes off as meek and mild-mannered at first. And then she's like, she just throws it to the wind and is like, fine, you're being such a jackass. I'm just going to have to.
Well, and she also uses that like to her advantage. Like I love the scene where she's like getting interrogated by the cops for breaking into the apartment and she's still like thinking about how she can signal to him that like she has the ring and like you just know that like with the cops she's just like, oh, officer, I got confused, and like meanwhile she's like, he's a killer, we got him.
Yeah, no, I love it.
Yeah, I love her. I love the nurse. Oh gosh, there's so much to talk about. All right, so but let's rewind to the very beginning. Let's talk about Jeff or LB Jeffries, aka Jimmy Stewart. How do we feel about him? Just generally as a character, I feel like it's so counter to the type of person I associate with Jimmy Stewart being that it's hard for me to accept him in this role because there's still so much of like the Jimmy Stewart of it all that I'm like, aw,
the It's a Wonderful Life of it all.
Like he's endearing, even when he's
like, he's kind of a jackass in that movie too. Like he
kind of is,
that's
but like
why he
like
ends up in that situation in the first place.
I feel like George Bailey is kind of a jackass, but he's not selfish. I think Jeff is a pretty selfish guy.
Yeah, that's definitely a good reading of his character. But he's also kind of like, I don't know, I get him. Like, if I had a broken leg and an open window, that is exactly what I'd be doing.
Oh, yeah.
I would maybe not be making comments to my girlfriend / maybe fiance about the young lady across the way, though. That was one thing I was like, whoa, bold much?
Rein it in.
I was like, you're already, we could see you looking. Maybe don't say it.
No.
I think the biggest ick factor for me with him came from the fact that he named one of the people Miss Torso.
I thought that was, I thought that was weird at first too, but then I thought I heard him say that was like her nickname because they all called her that because of her dancing or whatever.
Oh, I never caught that.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Something he said made me feel that way, but maybe I just took it the wrong way.
I mean, even if he's jumping on the train, I feel like that's just not a great name.
It's not.
Very objectifying. And I know we're in the era. Still, though.
It's like an Italian giallo beauty pageant. Miss Torso.
Although she is a very good dancer.
She's great. I think she's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I'm curious. Who is everyone's favorite neighbor?
So I wrote an article a few years back that I don't know if it's still online, but it started as a joke, and then an editor was like, "Oh, you should actually do this." Where I did like Rear Window neighbors ranked.
I love that.
And my number one, as I think you can probably guess, was the neighbors with the dog, because the dog was kind of the thing that figured it all out. They wouldn't have
and they
cracked
weren't bad
mystery.
people. They were perfectly
No,
fine
they were
people.
great.
They
I
were
love
just
them.
a little
Sleep on the
odd.
balcony, right?
Slept
Why
on
did
the
they sleep-
balcony.
They don't like the
'Cause
heat
it was
wave,
hot.
and they love their dog. I get that.
Yeah.
I guess.
I think my favorite neighbor is the little lady who suntans, because she, like, I feel like she's a nosy
iconic.
neighbor, but she's not bad and she's not mean to people. Like, she's
Right.
nice to everybody. And she was just a little naggy with the guy, but whatever. So I like her. I will say on the Neighbors, towards the end of the movie, because I had never watched it all the way through, I was freaking out about Miss Lovesick
Miss
or whatever.
Lonely Hearts.
I was like, oh my God,
I know.
are they gonna really put this in this movie? I was like, oh my goodness. I really thought she was gone.
She's actually
So that
she's
was a
my
happy
favorite.
ending.
I love Miss Lonely Hearts.
Yeah,
I don't know if she's my favorite in terms of like she's my favorite to watch. I think she's the most interesting out of all of them. I think the actor has the most to do and does it exceedingly well. Like it's one of those performances where you just get such a sense of who this person is with such little information, just like through her gestures. And like she's just so heartbreaking every time you see her in different ways. And like for it to come back around, for her to like find the composer man at the end, I love that.
I felt like she was another example of him really, at least as far as I've seen in movies of this time, him really showing a much wider range and depth and diversity to female characters in his movies than we had previously seen, maybe even of his own work. I was like, there's a lot of different women here. There's a somewhat nagging young wife. There's a perfectly happy couple upstairs. There's this nice but kind of nosy neighbor. There's this girlfriend. There's like all these different women, and they're not just like these weird stereotypes. Like they have eccentricities, and like Miss Lonely Hearts is able to turn it around, and it's not just because like she went and looked more youthful or something. Like she meets this guy, and they're actually genuinely clicking over the music, right?
Yeah.
So that was
she stops
nice.
herself because she hears the music. It's so beautiful.
Well, I think it's so nice because
really
I think
that.
she's the character that is meant to be like, she is ignored in the world. And like in this kind of like little moment in the movie, she's not.
Right.
Which again is kind of one of those, it's okay because he was right, that like, it's okay that he's spying on her because like she actually has a really nice story going on.
Oh,
right.
Speaking of nice stories, it's Vince, everybody.
Oh, hey. How's it going, team?
Good.
Hello.
Welcome, Vince.
Good to see y'all.
Good to see you too. Welcome to the Rear Window Chat. So quick opening question, Vince. Or did you hear it? Were you tuned in? Do you know what I'm about to ask you?
I was in and out, so give me a refresher.
Okay. Who's the most interesting person you've ever spied on?
Oh, I'm not a spyer, I'm not that sort of person. I don't think I've ever spied, and I'm kind of clumsy too. I wouldn't do a good job of it. But I'll tell you one thing. A married someone slid into my DMs the other day, and they said they were stalking my profile.
So
I know.
Jimmy Stewarted.
I was a little bit Jimmy Stewarted myself.
You're Miss Torso.
That's Mr. Torso to you. But yeah, no. Anyway, it despicable. Don't want to be part of a decaying marriage. But anyway, I'll be seeing them next week. Anyway,
it's all very, very scandalo.
A little bit.
They're actually here with us tonight. No, not really, but Ben's here. Can you imagine though if I had them?
That'd be wild.
Ben, welcome.
Yeah, sorry guys. Government dolls at work in terms of internet, so sorry about that.
It's okay. So yeah, Ben, welcome to Rear Window Night. Did you hear the opening question? If not, who's the most interesting person you've spied on in your life?
Oh. I've spied on you, but most interesting? No, I'm kidding.
What?
Sorry. I'm kidding. That's a joke.
It was funny.
Yeah. Why I don't have friends? No. Oh, interesting. I've never spied on anybody. I don't think.
No, that's the right answer. That's right.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, we all agreed. None of us had either.
yeah.
None of us had lists
was
that they had to sort
expensive.
through in their minds before they said anything out loud.
That's
Mhm.
right.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm trying to think because I mean, they're like, yeah, no, I've never. In fact, I'd feel very uncomfortable doing that. So, yeah.
That's the right answer. So just if you could quickly, both Vince and Ben, let us know about what you think about this movie. Opening thoughts. If you've seen it before, how you feel it holds up. Rear Window. What do you think? We'll start with Vince.
You know what? I've heard a lot about this movie over the course of my lifetime. And it's always kind of been on my list, always at the back of my mind. I saw the Simpsons episode where Bart saw Flanders murder his wife.
Good one.
But so I always kind of like understood the premise, but I had no idea how it was going to end. And walking into it, I thought it was like from the opening shot. Can we just say I thought it was fantastic? And I'm like, oh, we're in for a good one. This is the second Hitchcock film I've ever seen. The first one being Psycho.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, and you know what? I liked this a lot more than Psycho. I don't hate Psycho or anything, but like I just really, really dug this movie. And I don't know. And the ending, I don't know. I thought there was going to be more of a twist, right? But like, that's fine. I'm like, this Hitchcock guy, he's known for his twists. So was the twist that there was no twist? Perhaps, I don't know. Anyway, maybe he changed it up. It's fine. I thought it was a 10 out of 10 film.
I think it was more of a
9.5.
plain chicken than a twist. It was like a, is it, isn't it, is it, isn't it? And
Yeah.
then instead of a twist.
And it is.
Can I ask, have people here seen Disturbia?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, because I was gonna say, I feel like I don't know how old everyone is exactly, but like generationally, that's probably more of the like touch point of like
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one is like, if it's this one, but amped up and with all that excitement that you want. That's not this one necessarily. It's there. It's just not this like. And of course, when you watch Disturbia, when you're like, I don't even know what year that came out, but probably between the ages of like 14 or 25, like it's it's a lot more. It probably looks a lot better. It's the best Shia LaBeouf movie I've ever seen.
What about Crystal Skull?
What about the one where he's a golfer? That's a classic.
True.
The greatest game ever played.
Yes.
That's right.
I've never heard of that.
Oh, that's a throwback. He was a golfer during
like,
the Great Depression.
Yeah, Nug was in that one.
Really?
Right,
Was he?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I sorry, Nug, I've never seen it actually, but I know it's on his IMDb. Yeah, apparently he bumped into like Bill Paxton in a bar in Toronto, and he just like cast him there. So, yeah.
Well, then
Love Bill Paxton.
You just go to bars.
Yeah.
For Bill Paxton. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's where things happen.
Yeah, it is. Ben, tell us about this movie. What do you think? Had you seen it before? What do you think? How do you think it holds up?
Sorry, bronchitis. I'm just a really shitty guest today. I'm sorry, but I'm late and I'm sick. Well, I'm getting over or something. But yeah, I also it's not interesting. I did think of an answer for the spying thing, which I never spied on anybody, but there used to be like in my apartment growing up, it would like face another apartment. And it did just kind of remind me of the way the movie is set, where you see other people in them. So a guy would come out, like a guy, I think in his 70s, and it didn't matter what. Like we would see him as we'd wait for the elevator, because he would come out onto his balcony, and he always had a shirt off. It didn't matter if it was like the middle of winter in a blizzard. He would have his shirt off, and he would be exercising. So my mom nicknamed him Rocky. And so I guess that would count, maybe.
That's great.
But what I think of the movie, I think it's great. I think it's probably, dare I say, Hitchcock's best movie. Yeah, I think so. I can't figure out whether now that I'm older that I like Hitchcock or not, actually. But I think he's great. I love this and North by Northwest. I think those would be my two favorites. But yeah, I saw this as a kid, and it really kind of blew me away. And when you're a kid, you're just kind of discovering movies a lot more. You're moving away from just the initial stuff you saw when you were 3, and you think you thought the Jetsons movie was genius, and then you just start branching out. So I really liked it. I think it really holds up. Maybe modern audiences, I don't know how they think about the fact that there's no music, and that it's in large parts a silent movie almost. All you really hear is the background noise of New York, and then just the general clatter of life. But it's a little bit like almost like a painting, and that it sounds pretentious, but like your eye only really goes where the filmmaker wants it to go, even if it's a still frame and you're just looking at Jimmy Stewart's expression. So it's really good, and that there's moments I think that are genuine jump scares that shouldn't be, and it's good that there isn't a musical score in the background kind of telling you how you should be feeling. Even in the final fight, you would think that there'd be like a creeping bit of music as Raymond Burr gets closer to Jimmy Stewart. No, it's just you're just fully immersed in the panic of the moment, whatever it is. And the moment where Raymond Burr kind of suddenly looks dead into the camera and realizes that there's been somebody spying on him the entire time. That's I know people that have never heard of this movie that saw that, even though it's like 70 years old, and went like that. So and that's a talented filmmaker that make you do that.
I got on that point of that face. My husband had come into the room, and like it was probably like the last quarter of the film. And so we started getting those real close-ups of that guy's face, and he's sitting there one time, he's eating his dinner, he goes, "That guy's real scary." And I was like, yeah, it was like the first thing he said the whole time of the movie, "That guy's real scary." I was like, yeah, this is pretty intense. And like they did what the Morticia lighting, with that one scene where his this guy's like ice blue eyes. At least that's what they looked like to me. I don't know if they really were. But like when the light hit it, and it was just like that shock moment when he walks in the apartment and is like looking for him in the dark. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, and it's an interesting movie too, because it's just like it made me think of so many things. Like in a sense, you kind of like they did remake it with Disturbia, but I think it would be extremely difficult to remake it today, because, and this sounds like a build-up joke, but not really. If this had happened today, this guy would just be on his phone. He wouldn't be looking out the window most of the time, right?
Well, so, another thing too, people have Ring cameras, and I was thinking that when she like ran up to the door, and they're like in most apartment complexes already. They're like part of the infrastructure, right? And so like this girl goes and is like leaving a note in front of the door, and people are running in front of doors before people get to them and stuff. And I'm like, you just have a Ring camera now, and be like, who is it? And you just talk to them from your bed. It's like,
Have any of you guys seen The Voyeurs from a couple of years back? Because that's, I mean, I think it's funny. It's like riffs inside of riffs, but I think The Voyeurs is riffing a bit more on Body Double, the Brian De Palma, which is riffing on Rear Window. But that's one that's like a modern set, kind of same idea, like couple watching people across the apartment complex in another window and view something they shouldn't. And the sort of, it's fun. I really liked it. It's great. It's not as good as Body Double, but nothing is, so that's okay.
I don't know that I've seen Body Double.
Oh, it's so good. If you ever do like a De Palma month, it's got to be on there.
What's the movie where Jeremy Irons, I think, is twins, and I think it's Cronenberg?
Oh, Dead Ringers?
Yes, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah. But it's not them. So many movies.
No.
So many movies.
That's double bodies.
So many bodies. So many movies.
Double.
Oh, we should do a doubles month, because then you got Double Impact with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Is that when we get twins?
Yeah, that's right.
We finally get twins?
Yes, that's what we get twins. No,
doubles month would be great.
Twins could be the bridge between Schwarzenegger month and DeVito month.
Yes.
All right. Let's go back to Rear Window. Let's talk about Stella. So Stella comes in pretty early on in the movie, and I love Stella.
Yeah.
I think Stella is a character who I didn't expect to hold up as well as she did on this viewing. I just had vague memories of her having these like quippy little one-liners that I thought she's probably gonna be really annoying, and she was not. I would die for Stella.
Yeah. Also, can we normalize having insurance companies send us masseuses? What the F is that?
Yeah.
The insurance company. She's there for the insurance company. I was like, they send you a freaking masseuse nurse? That's great.
Giving a
How do I get on that plan?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dated when magazines can afford that stuff for their staff. So,
When magazines have staff, it's dated.
yeah.
Magazines. Just magazines.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stella, love Stella, but then also Lisa, or how do they say her?
Lisa. Carol.
Sound of Sound of Music. That's how I always think.
Yeah.
That's the only other Lisa I know.
That kept throwing me off. I kept thinking, have I been saying the name Lisa wrong my whole life? But anyway, neither here nor there. But of course, Lisa played by Princess Grace herself. This was pre-Princess, though.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She made like 3 movies and retired. We should all be so lucky.
Did she really make 3 movies?
Actually, I don't think that many.
Yeah, pretty much. What are the other ones? Rear Window, the music one. I gotta look this up.
Yeah, she might have been in High Noon, but I could be wrong about that.
Huh. One thing that really stood out to me with her was how much her natural speaking voice sounded like
a Murder. How did I forget that? And To Catch a Thief. So she made more than 3, but she kind of was in like only a very small handful of films.
Yeah. Same thing with Audrey Hepburn. She I think made under 10 movies.
No, Audrey made a lot of movies.
No.
Yes. Hold on.
No, she retired early and she buggered off to Switzerland. Like,
wow,
it's true. And she was like
she
a UN
like
rep.
Smaller parts in a few, but only really.
Yeah, she was like.
I feel like that's because I've probably only seen like a very small handful of hers. I don't know if she has like smaller parts and other stuff that I just haven't.
Yeah,
seen.
I feel like she did a few movies that just.
I think you've just seen the movies she has made so many times that you think that there are multiple movies.
Well,
yeah, the Daniel Day-Lewis of her time.
Yeah, she actually, Audrey Hepburn said, and I disagree, but she said she wasn't that good of an actress. Like she wasn't terrible, but she's just like, I mean, seeing her in an interview near the end of her life, and she's like, I couldn't do what Michelle Pfeiffer does, like which is
Google says she made 8 movies.
How many?
8?
Oh wait, 28. But now IMDb says 31 movies.
Okay.
Which would be any bit parts at all and documentaries.
Well, yeah, but then she also did like in her later years, she had just like movies that no one really talks about. Like I know she had a cameo in Always, well, not a cameo, she had a scene, and then she was like old Maid Marian in an old Robin Hood movie where just like, the convention is they're all old. Yeah.
But there was this whole spat of actresses in the 50s that made those few movies and then moved on. Now, whether that has to do with Hollywood spitting them out after they were done with them after that decade, who knows? There's also that, but
I think it's also like I think of also James Dean is kind of being in that camp. I mean, granted, different circumstances, but
very different.
No, I think there are certain movies and certain performances from that chunk of time that just solidified themselves in our consciousness so much that the people are more iconic than maybe the resumes are. Not sure what word I'm looking for. Filled with lots of.
And not everyone is Lauren Bacall.
What did Lauren Bacall make lots of movies?
Oh, she's in like 150 movies or something. She worked into the 2000s.
What?
Yeah.
She was in The Sopranos.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
And like really fun stuff. Like she worked with like Jonathan Glazer and Lars von Trier. Like she got weird with it. It's great. Nice. Yeah, love her.
Icon. Speaking of icon, Grace Kelly. So I'm on her wiki page. Apparently she retired from acting at age 26. So all of this happened before she was
Prince or something.
That's insane. Yeah, then she married the Prince of
Monaco.
Yeah, Monaco. Princess Grace.
Something I happen to know, she indirectly is responsible for the corporation Gucci.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, because I knew somebody that actually wrote. Wow, that's a bit of I sort of got friendly a little bit with the person who wrote The House of Gucci, the movie that the book that the movie was based off of. Yeah, that one. And she gave a lecture. I met her afterwards. Hung around with her a bit. But she did an overview of the history of the family Gucci, and like after, I think it was a little bit after World War II, and they had, their kind of nice, well established, like well known clothing shop in Florence, and then Princess Grace came in and asked for something like just like a scarf or something like that, but she ended up wearing it on, I don't know what it was, Life magazine, Time magazine, something like that, and all of a sudden their store was flooded with requests for the exact same scarf. Wow. And so the company just kind of took off in the stratosphere after that. So yeah,
wow. So without Grace Kelly, we wouldn't have Gucci Mane.
Exactly. We would never have had Jared Leto's accent either.
Or anybody's accent in that movie.
Yeah.
Still yet to see that film. Yeah. So how does everyone like Grace Kelly in this movie? I mean, for someone who made so few movies and is so iconic, like, do we think she's actually a good actor? Or is she?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes
she's so good at this, like, playful, like, girl about town. I think she's so good at seeming innocent, and like even just like as a person, like that's sort of her iconography, is she's very different to like a Marilyn, even though they're both sort of like the blonde bombshell look. Like she, and like, like, God bless her for it. This is not me saying anything bad, but like Grace got around, but like she doesn't have that like look to her, and I think she was just really good at like playing into that appearance.
Yeah, she almost feels like a hybrid of Marilyn and Audrey, and I don't know. I can't really explain it much more than saying that that's how I feel.
I can't.
She like bridges. She bridges book and like movie Holly.
Yeah.
I rewatching this, I think I was reminded of how good of an actress she was. And it can be a little bit, because when you're, I mean, let's face it, when you're that incredibly beautiful, and then also when you're kind of mystique, I think Grace Kelly could be put in the category of somebody who is also a brand as well. At least that's how she sort of became. So that can kind of get in the way of what the actual work that she's putting in as far as people's perceptions can be. But I like just looking at the way she performs and what the dialogue is, but how it comes across based on what she's doing. She's a damn good actress. And it's all like, she definitely, she sort of looks very out of place inside this like dingy apartment in this dingy little block. And you're kind of wondering how exactly these guys meet. I presume he took her picture for something, or but it's never quite. And they address the fact that they're like very different people, and yet in love. But yeah, and it's a part of that kind of lost era of like genuine movie stars. I mean, you have Grace Kelly and Jimmy Stewart in the same movie, and movie stars, I don't know, some people think movie stars are going away now. I don't know about that, but yeah, this is when everybody was 50 feet high and golden age. So yeah, she's great.
Yeah. Does the movie ever actually tell us how they meet? I just assumed he took her picture, because at the beginning we see the negative of her image, then like we see it on the magazine. But I don't know
if that's the same person.
Is it not?
Yeah.
I guess they run in the same circles, models and photographers.
Yeah,
he's always in war zones and stuff, and usually photographers have a speciality, so it is kind of
I guess that's true.
I'm like,
is she a model though? I thought she was like maybe some kind of businesswoman
She's a
in
merchant.
fashion.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
runs a store, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was another thing I wasn't totally clear on, was what her job actually was, because it seemed like
I think she
more
runs a dress store, or
Okay.
she at least does the purchasing for it, is what it
Yeah.
sounded like to me.
Yeah. But she has an extremely movie star line, like in the beginning, because I think Jimmy Stewart says to her, "Oh, like you're the kind of person that doesn't wear the same dress twice." And she just smiles. She says, "Well, it's when it's expected, you know." And that's like a
Yeah.
very kind of brand thing.
Well, I also
Squeeze
think it
line
was
thing.
like one of the first times I'd ever heard in a movie, like kind of one of those like "don't judge the pretty girl" moments, like where they're like, someone assumes somebody is one way because they are, you know, like we said, you know, startlingly attractive or whatever. Like they assume that they're going to be vapid and shallow, and that she's doing that because she's trying to show off. And like a small comment to tell us that she's like, I run a dress store and people expect me to wear the dresses. Like, I don't, you know, that's kind of what I got out of that. Like, yeah, I guess so. Huh.
Yeah. And also, like, frankly, as a dude watching it, and like in the opening scene when he's kind of like, well, you know, could we just keep everything status quo? You know, let's not go head over heels. And you're like, you're idiot.
What was the
Marry
way
her.
of saying friends with benefits?
Yeah.
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 This is great.
I'm like, you honestly think you're going to do better than this? Like, just,
Well, no, he does. That's
a moron.
He doesn't think he deserves her.
That part's gross. He's like, oh, you're just a little. I almost got the impression he was like, you're a little old. That one over there is 18. I'm gonna go for that one across the way. That was like at one point I was like, what is the obsession with the one over there? She looks a hell of a lot like this one. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's kind of, Jimmy Stewart and Alfred Hitchcock. I don't know if you guys want to get into this, but it seemed to be that he would always, Alfred Hitchcock made a series of very kind of obsession-based movies a bit, which this is a little bit. Not in the same vein as like Vertigo, which is
next week.
Yeah. Oh, that's next week? Okay, I won't get into that. But it just seems to be, maybe it's a sort of maybe mirroring of maybe impulses that Alfred Hitchcock himself might have had. I don't know. I've never met the dude, but it seems to be that. And it's Jimmy Stewart, so he's very, genial, and you're rooting for him the entire time. At the same time, a lot of what he's doing really isn't any of his business, and he probably shouldn't be looking out that window so much. So, but it's interesting. You're still kind of rooting for him as a hero.
But it's okay because he was right.
He was right.
Yeah, he turns out to be right. So yeah.
Everybody's okay with it.
I did once see a Jimmy Stewart movie where he was wrong, and it was an incredible letdown of a movie.
Which movie?
It was this movie. It was supposed to be a thriller where he's like some physicist that gets stuck on a plane that he is absolutely convinced is going to crash, which is a good premise for a movie.
Yeah.
Good premise for 6 movies. They just called Final Destination.
And in the end, you're never going to see it. You shouldn't. The plane lands safely, and then everybody's like, "Oh, well, I guess you messed up." But then he finds a crack in it or something, and it turns out it was like, oh, because of the transition between hot and cold. So it's a good thing I raised the red flag, because this plane would have eventually crashed in like 5 trips or something. Which, okay,
it's 2020.
Yeah, but if you're supposed to be on the edge of your seat the entire time, and then nothing happens. Like, so if the end of this movie had been that Raymond Burr was innocent, maybe that would have been interesting. But it just would have been a big like.
You know what?
Would have
it's
been
just
a
crazy.
statement on like mass hysteria or something.
I was thinking,
but
yeah, I was thinking the twist was gonna be that he was innocent up until the dog died, and then I'm like, oh no, he fucking did it. That son of a gun. Anyway, am I the only one who thought, like, when he was like doing a profile, he looked like Rodney Dangerfield?
He does have a Dangerfield sheen to him.
Oh, Raymond Burr. Yeah.
Yeah.
But in that scene at the end when he came into the apartment, then they do the close up on his face. I'm like, oh no, from the front, he's Elliot Gould.
Yeah.
You know Elliot Gould, Ross's dad from
Yeah.
Friends.
Yes.
Yeah, I kept thinking Elliot Gould. I kept thinking Mr. Geller.
Yeah.
Wait, who looked like Elliot Gould?
The killer in the
Cool.
last scene from the close up on his front face.
I'm trying to like picture, and maybe I'm not seeing that.
So what's the math there? How do you look like Dangerfield from the side, but Elliot Gould from the front? You know, this is a wild world.
It is.
It's Raymond Burr in a white wig. I guess that just works. So
I guess so.
What's up with that guy's hair color? Was that
It
done because
changed?
of the technology of color they were using? Which,
Who,
I don't
Jimmy
know if
Stewart?
Technicolor? No.
Thorwald?
The killer guy. His hair had like all kinds of, I don't know if that's just the colorization process that we're using to remaster it, but his hair was like all kinds of weird gray. Like it was gray, but then it was silver, and then it was like yellow in patches. And I was like, is it just bad hair from the 50s?
Bad
or
dye
is it-
job.
Oh, speaking of the remastering and like the digitization and like being able to see things that they probably couldn't see when they watched it the first time around, and that they maybe didn't want you to see. On Grace Kelly's, there's an outfit she's wearing that's like a white. It's not a tube top, but it's like a halter top, I think.
Oh, that's a great one.
And they must have used body tanner or like makeup to make her look more tan because it was like orange under the arms, like
Wow.
right here. And then
Really?
like the rest of it was like pure white. And I paused it. And I was like, "You freaking kidding me?" But I'm like, I guess they didn't think it would show up back then, and now I can see it on my 82-inch television with HD whatever. It's like right there. So yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure there was just some things maybe we weren't meant to see. I saw weird.
They never
colors in
thought
this
that
man's
image would be
hair.
that crisp.
Yeah, no.
I think that's actually a good point you bring up about barely seeing Raymond Burr, which I actually think was a great idea. Kind of makes him a sort of force in a sense. And even when he gets into an apartment, you don't see his face initially, and even when he starts getting closer and closer, it's kind of too quick. Where you see that, I could be wrong, but I actually think that. I think at the time his career was kind of struggling a little bit. So it was a little bit ballsy for him to take a role where you barely see him the entire time. And I could be wrong, but I don't think the movie did like a ton for him afterwards either. It's because you don't really see him in it, sort of thing. So I think it was like this and Godzilla were like the two big things he did in the 50s. So, anyway, but yeah, it's a good filmmaking choice to kind of keep him in the dark or keep him at distance the whole time. Like the only apartment you ever go into the entire time is Jimmy Stewart's, which is, and that's why like I think it's such a great movie because of the kind of forced perspective of it, and you never even see what's outside that apartment block the whole time. So.
Mm-hmm. It was a little jarring when he fell out of the window and then the camera was suddenly in a different space.
Yeah, they do the like speed ramping thing. And,
Yeah.
I was not a fan. But what was I going to say? Oh yeah, I wanted to go back to Lisa. Was anyone else very anti that relationship because Jimmy Stewart was just so awful to her, telling her to shut up twice in like
So dismissive? Yeah.
That's like 50s normal though.
Is it?
Yeah.
He was by 50s standards, he was really nice to her.
Yeah, he didn't raise his voice or slap her one time.
Yeah. If there's no physical violence, like that's better than average.
And just telling her that he'd rather be with Miss Torso, he didn't actually go do it. He just let her know that he much rather would.
Oh.
And I think that's kind of their dynamic. I think he was kind of like being a little playful with her, and I think her thing was like, we'll stop that because I want you to actually commit,
Yeah. Like Hitchcock made a movie where the protagonist actually sexually assaults his wife. So that's
You're not doing Marnie?
Marnie, yes. So
that's okay. You can skip Marnie.
You can skip Marnie. Yeah.
Who's in? That's not the Julianne.
Oh no, that's Sean Connery.
Yeah, Sean
Oh.
Connery and was Melanie Griffith's mom? I'm so sorry, I forget her
Yeah,
name.
is that Tippi Hedren?
Tippi
Yes.
Hedren. Yes, yeah,
She's in Marty. Yeah, it's Tippi.
Of the
Yeah.
bird.
Of course it was. Poor Tippy
Yeah.
incurred
Yeah.
most of the mental assault of
yeah.
this man's career.
But I mean, she got to hang out with a bunch of birds, so that's cool. I have her Funko Pop being attacked by birds, like right there. But anyway,
I
yeah,
have her autobiography.
nice. Does she talk about birds?
I haven't actually read it yet. I just picked it
I
up
should.
at one point at the store, and I've
Fair.
been meaning to. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did anybody see the movie The Girl?
No, what's the
no, I
girl?
never saw that one.
Oh
It
yeah,
was
that
a-
was
yeah.
the one. I didn't see it, but is that the one Hopkins plays? He plays him in.
No, that's a different one.
Is it
That's about
Toby
Psycho.
Jones?
The Girl is about Tippi Hedren and her relationship
Oh, okay,
with
okay.
Hitchcock. Yeah.
Hmm.
Sienna Miller plays her, and Toby Jones plays Hitchcock.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, worth a watch.
Yeah. Add to the list. Add to the list. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, pretty well. Just I'm not sold on that relationship. I think that's
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Yeah. The two of them, I'm just like, why are you still with him? He's very
Yeah.
much not into you, and you can do better. It's
That's
kind of
another
what I-
theme out of these 50s movies. Like every movie we watch from the 50s, I'm like, this is not healthy for you. You should leave.
Yeah, but it also felt like one thing that I picked up on in this rewatch was it seemed like part of the journey was him being able to see a side of her that he could be in love with. Like there's one specific shot, like a reaction shot to him when she comes in and she's all excited because she was like, "Oh, I just went into the house and I saw this," and it's like this weird admiration, this like weird look of admiration where. As a viewer, I was thinking, like, is this what it takes for you to be willing to commit to her, to see this side of her? I don't think that's healthy, but okay.
Yeah.
I will say I think there's like a positive spin of like, why would she want to be with him? Like, he isn't trying to control her.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't want her to like settle down and have 7 kids and be a housewife. Like, it seems like he is like content to like let her have her life, you know?
Yeah.
And that's not nothing in the 50s.
Yeah, and I think throughout the movie, he also sees a kind of side of her that's like a fellow adventurer, like, and then that's a thing that he can relate with. So maybe there's hope for both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do we think is the ultimate message or point of this movie? Like, what are we
on your neighbors?
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay to peep. That's
Yeah, I'm like, I want the message to be that you should mind your own business or that you shouldn't worry yourself with the outside world, like worry what's going on with your own world. But it's not, because he finds out that he was right. So it's like,
yeah.
That
The
in that
Bush
case,
administration had it
watch
right.
the voyeurs. If you want the lesson that you should mind your own business, it's good for that.
Yeah. I don't know if it's like a lesson or anything. I think like Hitchcock he was obsessed with not murder but murder, you know, and just being in just having there be a setting and then a kind of escalation and a payoff kind of thing, and he's all about being claustrophobic and you know the malevolent side of things to dabble in. So I think I don't know, maybe it was just let me entertain you for 90 minutes.
Yeah,
so he did it.
This is like his most sort of direct, like, this movie is about the audience. Like, you want to come in and have someone raise the curtain and you get to see a story of murder. And if you want that, Jimmy Stewart wants that. Are you that different, you know?
Interesting. Yeah. Because I guess I can't put my finger on why I find the movie so engaging, because if I were just to reflect on it or describe it to somebody, there's not a ton that really happens. Like, he thinks there's a murder and there is, and then it's over.
Well, it reminded me a little bit, and I think what's engaging is that there isn't a ton of clutter. It's that you know you literally do look exactly where the director wants you to, not just in terms of where he points the camera, but what's moving in it. And like I said before, even an expression. It reminded me a little bit like, you know, the seduction scene in Barry Lyndon. Like your eye goes exactly where the filmmaker wants you to go. also, you know, a little bit like the movie Castaway, like you're kind of mesmerized by it. Barely any dialogue, barely any music, you know, so you're kind of forced to pay attention. So yeah.
Well said. Well said. Yeah. Can't think of anything else to say about the movie outside of I enjoyed watching it.
Can I ask a question to the group?
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
What is everyone's favorite Hitchcock?
Ooh.
Right now for me it's this, because I've only seen 2. But looking forward to The Birds.
Birds is a fun one.
I remember enjoying Rope. I don't remember.
Rope is great.
I remember being captivated by the convention of it appearing to mostly be a single take, minus like, I know that there's a few clear cuts and then a few hidden ones, but more so, again, going back to the uniquely filmic theatricality of it, feeling so much like a play, but a very visually dynamic, like Ben was saying, your eye is going exactly where he wants it to go, and the lighting as well. Like I feel like there's a neon sign outside the window, and like as it gets darker, it affects how the scene is lit, and that's a thing that stood out to me. So,
and it's all one apartment.
Yeah, and all in one apartment. Yeah, but we shall see.
I am almost in the same boat as Vince, even though I'm a big horror fan. But again, in my youth, I thought black and white movies and 50s movies were awfully boring, and so I'm just now getting around to fully watching these things. I have seen The Birds before. I still think I'm just, because of the type of horror I like, I think I'm just a sucker for Psycho. There's like all the nasty, messed up stuff that I want in horror movies to be happening, and it's happening. So, and you get to see it a decent amount, like as far as the standards of the time go, like you get to see a decayed skeleton, and there's a murder in a shower, and like, you know, and you get to see the blood, even though, you know, it's black and white, but whatever. Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna be the most predictable person in the room and say Psycho.
Solid choice. So I think to that point, would we consider this movie a horror movie or a thriller? And why or why not?
I would say a thriller.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah. Thriller
is a safe bet. I think Psycho is the first of his that I would classify as a horror. Maybe The Birds.
The Birds, yeah, it's a creature feature.
Yeah. But then I think like some of his like late stuff, like is it Frenzy? That I think is kind of more of a horror. What am I thinking of? The one like when he went back to London. Let me see if I can find this. What am I thinking of? I don't know, but there's some of his like later stuff that I think kind of gets a little gnarly in terms of like how much violence they can get away with.
Yeah. Yeah, he towed the line and like went with, like we're saying, thriller, suspense, horror. Like I feel like he did a great job of navigating between the tribes.
Interesting. Yeah, I think that's something I'm curious to examine as we watch like a few more movies, as to which camp it falls more so in. And then I guess it also opens up the question to like what exactly is horror, which I think we've discussed on and off with other movies, and I still don't even know if I have an answer for that. But like intuitively, I feel like this is very thriller. And again, I can't tell you why. It's just what the heart wants. Yeah.
What about Vince and Ben? What are your favorite movies? Oh, Ben or Vince, you said yours. It's this one so far, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be this and North by Northwest would be the two, because they're kind of. I've heard a term used, a remote drop movie, like just it came on TV. All right, I'm watching this, like, you know, that kind of thing. I like a lot. I do really like Psycho. And I do really like The Birds, and you know, there are a few that he did in the 30s that I think are interesting. I think maybe his later stuff. I haven't really seen his later stuff, so I can't really judge. But yeah, the Birds I loved as a kid. It's kind of, again, it's like a little bit of a forced perspective thing, because you're never told why the birds have gone nuts. but that's kind of true to life. Was people, as a town deals with an emergency, you don't have all the information in the first 2 days, and it's just, so whose fault is it? And
Yeah. You know
you
who
get that-
implemented that and really took it from the birds and like ran with it was Jordan Peele in Nope. With like the
I haven't
whole,
seen
like,
that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, just this is what's happening. There's who know why it's happening. I don't know, but we have to deal with it, don't we?
Is Nope the one
Yeah.
carnival-ish place, and then they can't
Yes.
look for things?
Yes.
Oh wait, no. Yes,
Yes.
because
Like the rodeo.
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. There's another one that takes place in a carnival-ish place. That I think that's us.
That's true.
Different kind
Us
of
takes
carnival.
place- different carnival.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All these movies with single
Yeah.
words.
I do know Hitchcock made a movie where today you would have gotten sued for doing something like it, but there's a sequence in it where not Ferris wheel, but Ferris wheel.
Oh, the
It's like
strangers on a train, the merry-go-round.
the merry-go-round. Yeah, it goes absolutely nuts, and there's a kid that's trapped underneath it as this thing's going crazy. And the thing is, there was they want a shot of somebody rescuing the kid. And apparently this hobo just happened to walk by and was like, I'll do it. And the hobo was drunk, but he actually got underneath a speeding merry-go-round. Like, he totally could have been killed.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
And
crazy.
Now, I remember hearing that story right after I watched that movie, and what really stood out to me was I remember the sequence, and whilst watching it thinking, this looks really fake. So the fact that just like, what was even the point?
Wow.
That's hilarious.
That is one of my favorites, though. I love that one.
I always think of Throw Mama from the Train as like the
yeah. And he made a movie called Saboteur that isn't bad. It kind of pioneered the technique of, they used it in Rope too, of somebody, but not Rope, in this movie, in Rear Window, of somebody like falling, but they're actually like sitting in a chair behind a green screen.
Oh yeah,
going like that. So but I think North by Northwest and this. Are you guys doing North by Northwest in this series? Okay.
I wanted to, but there are just so many. I have so many movies. Maybe
I
one-
will end up watching it because I'll get on a kick.
Yeah, it's great.
Sure.
You're not doing
Yeah.
my number one either.
Oh.
My number one is Notorious.
Oh,
Interesting.
I wanted to do 39 Steps or Shadow of a Doubt as well.
Hmm.
All kind of up in the air.
Yeah, you don't have a Cary Grant in the assortment.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I used to watch 39 Steps like on a loop when I was like 5 years old, but my mom, like, it's a little too late to prosecute her, I think, but like she like taped it, but the tape ended right at the end. So and I only recently actually watched the ending. So after like 30 years, I know how it ends. But anyway.
I love that. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lifeboat is one that I watched just once because the concept I found really interesting, and I don't remember very many specifics, but it's a unique one because there's just a bunch of people on a lifeboat.
Yeah, it's good. I think that one's fun. I don't think it's like top tier, but
yeah, like the reason I was interested in it was because I was reading about like a list of all the Alfred Hitchcock cameos. Which did he have one in this movie?
Yes, he was in the apartment with the musician talking with him about something.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. But yeah, in Lifeboat, he didn't know how to do it because it's just a bunch of people on a lifeboat, and he put himself in a newspaper. Like, that's smart. Good job, Alfie. Good job. Maybe that should be a game
fun
later on. Anyway.
Favorite Hitchcock cameo?
No, yeah. It's just like, maybe I'll show you a cameo and be like, what movie is it? We'll see.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But
do that on one that I do that for like the last episode you do, so that people will have seen more.
Yeah, so we've seen more. Yeah.
Research. Nice. I like it. Well, that said, it's time for the game. Yay!
Yay.
So, as a celebration of all things Alfred Hitchcock, tonight's game is all based on titles of his movies, many of which we have already said throughout the evening. And we are going to play. We've played it on the channel, but not for a while. I think it's called In Other Words, where I am going to, one at a time, give one of you the title of an Alfred Hitchcock movie. you have to communicate that movie to the rest of the players without using any of the words in the title. So like you have to come up with an alternate movie title that communicates the same idea without any of the same words, including like the or a
Ooh.
and. Yeah. So like if the movie was Wicked, it could be evil. It's probably a better option.
Yeah.
But there we go. All right. Let me pull up my scorecard. There we go. Who's playing?
I have a question.
Yes.
In the Wicked example, could you only pick evil, or could you like use different synonyms until people got it right?
Ideally, I want you to come up with your alternate title, and you have to stick to it.
And it's just that. Okay.
And it's just that. So yeah,
And if no one gets it, like maybe you try an alternative, something.
No, if no one gets it, no one gets a point.
Okay. All right. Fair. Fair.
There you go. Yeah. Yep. All right. So we will start with. Well, we'll start here. We'll start with Jeanette, and we'll go clockwise. So everyone who's not Jeanette, please look away. And let me see. Here we are. I'm typing them out. I didn't do this in advance, so here we go. Jeanette, that's your movie.
Okay.
We can look now. Please give your title. And if you think you know, first one to shout it out correctly will get the point, but you only get one guess.
Dizzy.
Vertigo.
Vertigo.
Yes. Vince, you got a point. Well done. All right.
Oh yeah.
It's Anna's turn. Look away if you're not Anna. Look away if you're not Anna. Yeah, sure. Oh wait. Yeah, that's how you spell it.
Ooh, okay.
Right, we can look now. We can look.
Maniac.
Psycho.
Psycho.
Oh, who was that? Who got that? Was it Vince?
You got to do
I
a
thought it
playback,
might
I
be
guess.
Jeanette.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
Only
give it to Jeanette.
I don't ever want to say it was me. Maybe it was.
Yeah. I don't think I was first.
No.
I'm not going to do well at this game. I just overthink it.
So well. You're going to do so well.
Yeah.
All right, look away if you're not Vince. Vince, it's your turn. Vince, here's your title.
Okay.
We can look now.
South plus.
North by Northwest.
Yes. Well done. All right. It's Ben's turn. Look away if you're not Ben. Look away if you're not Ben.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
We can look now.
Modern dinosaurs.
The Birds.
There you go.
Oh,
Well
Yeah.
done.
That's good.
That was good. That was very good.
Well
It's
done.
very nerdy clue. Yeah.
All right. Jeanette, it's your turn. Look away if you're not Jeanette.
my gosh. Okay.
All right, we can look now.
1 second. Press upside
Dial
down
for murder.
W. There you go.
There you go. Good job, Anna.
That's another one of my favorites.
I was literally about to look up what number in the alphabet M was, and I was like, that didn't take too long.
I've
That was
actually-
fun because it has an intermission, which more movies should.
They
I
should.
love intermissions.
My memory of Dial M for Murder is I've really never seen it, but there like back in the days of TV guides, it would have probably just been a random weekend. I flipped open the TV guide and saw, oh, Dial M for Murder started like 30 minutes ago. Let me throw it on. I like flipped to the channel and I just see this very violent choking scene. And
Ooh, yes.
I think to myself, nope, we're not watching this. Either because you don't have the context or it's making you uncomfortable. Who knows? But we're not watching this. And that's all I know of that movie is a choking scene. That looked very real.
Yeah,
Like, it
that's
was
a good movie.
Tarantino'd. Yeah. All right. It's Anna. Look away if you're not Anna.
Ooh.
may look.
Okay, wait. Darkness question.
Suspicion?
Shadow Mystery.
Shadow of a Doubt?
Ah,
It is
there we
Shadow of
go.
a Doubt.
Ah.
Yeah.
I technically said you only had one guess, but I'm going to
Oh, sorry.
It's okay because you deserve a point. So there you go.
Nobody else was gonna get.
That's
No,
a
no,
tricky
no.
one.
All right. It's
What's like
Vince's.
a synonym for shadow?
I don't know, actually.
Right?
Yeah, it's tricky. Okay.
Okay. Vince, there you go. We may look now.
Does it have to be the same number of words?
No.
Mine wasn't.
Random folks in transportation.
Strangers on a
Strangers
train.
on a train.
Yeah. I think that was Anna. I'll give it to Anna. Okay. Back to Ben. Let me think of this one. Okay, sure. We may look now.
A female in an unknown location. Am I not allowed to use the little words there? I forget.
Technically not supposed to. Oh, and you
Okay.
didn't. So you're good. You didn't.
A woman walks alone at night. That's a modern movie. That's not a Hitchcock.
A woman of unknown location. I think that's.
The lady vanishes.
Yes.
There you go.
Good job. See, I would have done like woman disappears.
It's the same thing. It's not fun.
That's true. That's true.
Sorry.
Okay. It's Jeanette's turn. Look away if you're not Jeanette. Look away if you're not Jeanette. Okay. Boom. We may look now.
I guess that's just saying the same thing but in a different language. Oh my gosh, why can't I think of floating not dead?
Floating, not dead.
Not dead,
Lifeboat?
floating.
Yes, lifeboat.
Ah,
Oh,
That's good.
Nice.
that was good. Yeah.
It's Anna's turn. Look away if you're not in it.
Oh.
There we go. Wait, did I do this one yet? No, I didn't.
No, you haven't yet.
Boom. You may look now.
Sub 40 paces.
The 39 steps.
Yes, the 39 steps. Well done.
Yay.
Okay. What's a fun one for Vince? What's a fun one? Yeah, there we go.
Vince, do you have the Eagles shirt up for the birds?
oh yeah, go birds.
Brilliant. All right, look away if you're not Vince. We may look now.
Terrorist?
Saboteur.
Yes,
Yeah.
Oh.
well done, well done. All right, and final question for the regular round. This is Ben. Look away if you're not Ben. Look away if you're not Ben. We may look now.
B.I.G.
Notorious.
There you go.
Ah,
Oh. Oh, that's good.
That was. I don't know if that counts, but I respect it. Well
He
done.
got us to say it somehow without using
Yeah.
words.
Nice. Okay, so I'm going to figure out what the bonus question will be. Hold on.
Jeanette, you made a face when I said go birds. Are you a big Saints fan?
Well, I'm a Saints fan, but my husband's a Giants fan, so
Ah,
that's really where the issue comes in. I don't.
okay.
Growing up, we were just anti-Falcons. I don't think we really cared
Yeah.
about all. Yeah,
Go sports. Speaking
I
of
just like the
competition,
colors.
here are your points. Ben, you have 3. Vince, you have 2.
I
Jeanette,
have 2.
yeah, you have 2. Jeanette, you have
Oh, man.
Anna, you
I
have
have how many?
Anna, you have 5. Jeanette, you have 2.
Mm.
Okay.
How many points would everyone like to wager for the bonus question?
Yeah.
Wait, how many points does everyone have?
Jeanette has 2 and Vince has
Vince
2.
has
Ben has
2.
3 and you have 5.
Okay.
I'm wagering all 2 of my points.
All 2. Okay.
I'll do 4.
4. Nice.
All right. Make it interesting.
Jeopardy rules, you leave
Yeah.
yourself $1.
Smart.
I'm betting the whole farm. Let's do
Whole
a
farm?
all 2.
Yeah.
I'm going all in.
Okay.
Yeah, there's only one way I'm gonna catch Annis, and that's if I
I mean, I guess if
go
I
all
would
in.
have
So
I would have bet 1 and then I would have been safe, but
That's true.
Yeah.
But no, we're playing risky games here. So here we are. All right. The answer will be a number. I recommend
do we write
everyone
it
write
down?
So yeah. So that way, if anyone
Yeah.
if people end up having the same number, then it's all fair. You can get your points and yeah. So how many films did Alfred Hitchcock direct? To be fair, Google is giving me many different answers, but I've picked
Yeah.
one of them. So which one did I pick? Which number did I
Feature films.
Sorry?
Feature films he directed.
Yes. Yeah.
okay.
How many-
And I guess
That
it's
were-
whoever gets the closest.
Yeah.
Okay. That's tough.
If you go over, does that count still?
No.
Okay.
No,
going
it's
over.
whoever's closest. You could be off over and under, right?
It is whoever's closest. Well, I guess technically closest without going over, but if everyone
Okay.
goes over, I'll
Okay.
closest.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
And ChatGPT has confirmed the number that I picked from Google for feature film. So I'm gonna. It's probably wrong, but I don't think anyone actually knows. So here we are.
Yeah, let's speed up the AI takeover. Thank you, Matt.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Everyone pour out your water.
All right. Does everyone have their answers?
Yep.
We'll start with Ben. Ben, what number are you locking in?
So I feel like this is wrong, but I just made a bet based on averages. I said 30.
30. Okay.
30.
Vince?
Oh shit. I went with 17.
Okay. Anna.
I said 35.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
I said 15.
Hey.
Okay.
Okay. The AI plus Google seem to confirm it is 53 feature.
What the fuck?
50.
I thought I was low. I didn't know I
Wow.
was that low. Damn.
Wow.
I mean, I
15,
figured
25,
at
and 76.
I figured at probably an average of a movie a year from like 28 to the early, or like late 20s to early 70s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
not bad. Yeah.
It says Alfred Hitchcock directed 53 films between 1925's The Pleasure Garden and 1976's The Family Plot.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
Anna wins with her guess of 35.
Hey.
Well
Well
done.
done.
Well done.
Yay!
Well done.
I know my Hitchcock.
You do. All right, so there it is. Does anyone have
Holy
closing
moly.
thoughts on Rear Window? Things that you didn't get to say that you wanted to say.
Oh,
Like-
I really liked the decision to have Jimmy Stewart cover his mouth with the phone as often as possible, because I hate editing audio, and that must have been great for ADR purposes.
Nice. We respect that.
I don't
Yeah.
know if that's like a common Hitchcock thing, but smart move.
I agree. All right. Oh, and actually, I feel like we should probably give some more love to Edith Head. I'd like to know everyone's favorite Grace Kelly outfit in this film before we wrap up.
Mm,
Can I say the one where she opens her case and the whole dress pops out? Because I always I want that bag. I want a bag that can contain all of that.
It is quite magical. It's a good
I don't
answer.
know if this is the one you're talking about, but I like the black and white one. I think it's the one she's showing that she came from the store in, and it's got like black running up into the white. I always love a crease in a skirt where there's a color running up into it, and you can't tell where it ends and the next color begins.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
good
that one's
one.
my pick too. My favorite is just the first thing that we see her in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Specifically
it's the black and white
getting
one.
ready to leave, and like she gets the scarf and everything, and she's just piecing it all back together so effortlessly.
Well, and I love that she talks about, even though she says it came from Italy,
Mhm.
right? Or was that the one that was French or Italian? Anyway, they're really nodding to the fact that the Dior silhouette was like had the whole country in like a chokehold for the entirety of like the mid to late 50s. So I thought that was cool because it was just that nice little silhouette that everybody loves from that time.
I really liked her travel attire at the very end. You know, her red blouse and the jeans. Yeah, she's ready to take on the world. I'm like, oh, cool. That's it.
Ben?
I said I agreed with the other folks. The first thing we see her in. Yeah.
Nice. It's a classic. I would get a Barbie with that. Yeah.
All respect to jeans, though. Yeah.
Yeah. Love it. All right. Well, it's that time. I'm going to put you on screen one at a time. Tell everyone who you are, what you do, and anything else you want us to know, including if you have closing thoughts on the movie. We'll start with Ben. Why not? Hi, Ben.
Hello. I don't know what I'm supposed to say, like who I am and what I do.
Yeah. If you have socials, you can plug those.
Yeah. I have 2 Instagram accounts. Maybe I should show those out. Ben_Dooley87, which I don't know if that shows up. No, it doesn't. So there's that. Also Ben Dooley 2025, which I guess I'm going to have to update soon. Yeah, and I work in politics, so kind of outside the box for this discussion. But there you go.
Love it. Thank you, Ben.
Oh, hey.
Hi,
yeah, I was a little tired tonight, folks. I'm sorry. I was late. I was tired. You guys deserve better from me.
No,
not just you, Matt, not just everyone else here, but I mean the folks at home. What about the cats? The cats deserve better than this. Anyway, my name is Vince. You can find me at Vinny Ridge on Instagram. That's with 2 N's, not 1 M. Go Birds.
Go Birds. Love it.
I'm Anna. You can follow me on Instagram at Anna Swanson. You should follow Muppet the Cat at Muppets Third Act. And everyone go watch Body Double.
Nice.
Yeah.
On the list.
Hey, I'm Jeanette. You can find me at TinkerJ787 on Instagram. And I agree with Anna. You should go follow Muppet the Cat because Muppet's Third Act is awesome. And yeah, you can find me here next week. And you should go check out my Instagram because I have fun stuff from Halloween Horror Nights and a little bit of Epic Universe.
Woo! Love Epic. I think. I haven't been there one day. Yeah, and I'm Matt. This is my YouTube channel. Please follow it. Watch the Wicked content. I want to get invited to the premiere. They're not going to, but let them know that they make a mistake and not inviting me. Yeah. Join us next week. We are going to be talking about Vertigo. Keep an eye on the channel. Or you know what? Don't even keep an eye on the channel. Go watch my Wicked for Good final trailer review, which was just released basically right before we went live with this show, where I break down the latest trailer, and there's a lot to say. It's my most anticipated movie of the year, but that should not be a surprise. But if you want to see me talk passionately about the marvelous Land of Oz and all the fascist undertones that movie has, yeah, watch the video. Watch the video. It'll be great. Anyway, join us next week. Vertigo, Teacup for One. That's it. How do you end this? Stream.